Hello everybody and welcome back to FM23 for the Guiseley Youth Academy save, and it's the end of season review, so let's dive right into it and see how season 2 unfolded, or technically it's season 3 in game, but because you holiday the first season, it's season 2 of our control of the club. Enough of that. Let's get into the game. Right, here we go then, the end of season review for Guiseley AFC. So new arrivals, there were none, but obviously we got rid of Lewis Gardner. He left the club, as did Sakura. They both got a C rating, so content with the deal to sell him and satisfied that Lewis Gardner was released. Great. This season results then, so the FA Cup, we got a B- for that 4th qualifying round. We got knocked out to Spennymoor Town, who actually I think are very near the top of the table in the North, National League North. And we had 2 wins and a loss in that one. Lewis Hayes scored 3 goals from central midfield. So, yeah, good for him. In the Build Base FA Trophy, C+ there, we're pleased to reach the 4th round of the FA Trophy, where we got beaten by Eastbourne Borough. 3-2 win over Lancaster, a 6-2 win over FC United of Manchester, and a 4-3 loss to Eastbourne Borough, with Jake Cassidy getting 8 goals in that one. Moments to remember then, the 6-2 win was our biggest win of the season against FC United, who got promoted to the National League, and then we beat them in the Builder Base FA Trophy. The match to remember was a 4-2 Peterborough Sports win. Lovely stuff there. Hall getting 2, Chippendale getting 1, and Rowe scoring 1 as well. And the goal of the season was Jake Cassidy scoring in a 2-1 loss to Peterborough Sports, so they feature pretty heavily. So he hit a thunderous volley. So shall we see if we can watch that together, because I sure as hell can't remember it, and you definitely wouldn't have seen it. So 74 minutes in. Is it going to load in 2D? Because I've been watching the highlights in 2D to try and sort out formations and watch how it's going to play again. Yes, it is. Okay, right. We'll quickly pause that. Let's get this into a view that we can. Let's go We'll go director. How does the director think we should be seeing this? So it's a long ball forward. That is super fast, isn't it? There was also a little bit of a. Let's just make that a little bit slower because it's a replay. I think we've already missed most of the action. So this system here on Football Manager really needs to be sorted out. That's forward. That's rewind. Right, so Trineri has it in his hands. Is it going to be a bad bit of defending, or is it actually a good goal? Trineri launches it long. It takes a bounce. Cassidy's in, just volleys it into the top corner. I mean, it's a nice goal. I probably would say it's not our goal of the season. I've seen much better free kicks by Chippendale be scored as well. But yeah, there you go. Okay, the fans thought that was the best goal of the season, so enjoy. Finances wise, reputation has stayed the same. No new sponsorship deals. We had exactly the same sponsorship, so I don't know why it's saying it's going down. Broadcast revenue has gone down. That's probably because we didn't get as far in the FA Trophy. 9k down from 9.2 away for corporate and hospitalities. Prize money dropped off by about 7k, which again is down to not progressing as far in the trophies. But matchday commercial and retail went up from 167 to 173. So a nice, 8 to 9k profit there, which is pretty good. Merchandise sales, 7.43k in shirts, of £743 of it was non-domestic, which is, when idiots buy one and get it sent to Singapore. So hopefully that'll happen soon enough if this save continues. Shirt sales, 153 shirts sold, with Cassidy being the best, as you would imagine. He is our top scorer. Hoare being second. That's, again, not to be expected, or sorry, not as a surprise. And then Kellett, Kazim and Hay. So I can't wait until we get to see a homegrown youngster's name being worn by the fans. That's what we want to see. 153 shirts. I imagine Cassidy is the majority of those on little kid shirts. Lined up then, it was generally the 3 at the back, 3 in midfield. 3-5-2 basically is what we lined up. The 5-3-2 DM WB with a tactical style of clean slate, because I always like to sort out my own tactical styles. But you can see Trineri, Harris, Ibel, Byrne was a good little back 3 that we had as centre backs. Byrne, the youngster, really stepping up. 6.75 for his first season in senior football. I'm very happy with that, over 48 appearances. Harry Jordan, again, came in at the right, 6.66. Could do a little bit better, but happy with that for his first season in senior football. Chippendale in the midfield had a good season as well, of the 6.9. 6.84, Lewis Hay did well. Kellett did well in there as well. George Smith, club captain. We need to see him play better than a 6.67 next season. I feel like he really needs to step his game up. But outstanding performances up front. Jake Cassidy, 35 goals in 45 appearances and 24 goals for his strike partner Adam Hoare in 46 appearances, I think that is. Starting appearances 35, appearances sub 11, yes. So all in all, pretty good for the season. Accolades then, we got the manager of the season, I think again. Manager awards, 2025 season. It just says manager awards. It doesn't say what we actually got, so I'm not sure about that. Club awards, Jake Cassidy, player of the season. Adam Hoare, young player of the season. Jake Cassidy got goal of the season. Top goal scorer, Jake Cassidy. Most assists, Andy Kellett. Most player of the matches, Jake Cassidy. Highest average rating, Jake Cassidy. But most passes completed per 90, Jamal Eibel, which I quite like that from our centre-backs. Lovely stuff. In terms of competition awards, we didn't get anything. But record breakers, Jake Cassidy scored the most goals ever by a player in a single season with 35. He had the most goals by a player in a match. He scored 4 in one game. Most player of the match awards in a season with 10. Most league appearances ever for Guiseley, 147. Most league goals for Guiseley ever with 73. Fastest goal is a new record by Adam Hoare in 1 minute and 30 seconds. And the oldest goal scorer ever for the club is now Spencer Harris, the 34-year-old veteran centre-back at the age of 34 and 82 days. So, good on him. And history in the making then. So we flew out of the traps and set themselves up for a good season, which is becoming a bit of a recurring theme, starting well and then dropping off towards the end. Thanks to a great run way back at the start of the season, proved much better than people had expected. And then, yes, our timeline is basically we're hired, we come along here, we're goal shy. Guiseley sunk to a new low as their 74 goals set a new National League North record. Excellent. That can't be right. 74 goals sounds like quite a lot, but anyway. And then you see this is us giving youngsters contracts, and then Jake Cassidy's 35 goals in a season set a new club record. Excellent. And that brings us into the news and stuff for the end of the season, where we'll just have a little quick review. Don't worry, live games on camera will be coming back for season 3 when we come back for episodes and things like that. It's just, I think this early stage, I put a vote out on the last episode. It was in the pinned comment, and it's been in the community page of my YouTube channel. And basically it looked like it was let's push forward through these early seasons. We'll come back for the beginning of the season, youth intake day, and the end of the season to go through what has happened. As you can see, we finished 13th. We defied all expectations and wrote a new chapter in the club's history. Competition surprise package. We rised as high as 3rd, and actually were only as low as 14th at one point, which was the second to last game of the season, of which we then went on and beat Scarborough, who won the league. We beat them 1-0 on the final day, which was lovely to see. But not a bad position, really. Mid-table is 12th. We finished one place below that. I think it's a great season for season 2, with the youngsters coming through as well. Supporter profile, it's not really changing that much, so I don't mind that. Season progress, club vision and expectation. We'll go through all of this in a minute. Squad dynamics are looking okay. End of season team meeting. Season report. Injuries. We've not had too many. Joe McKenzie looks like he could be becoming a little bit susceptible to injuries, but he's not had that as a report from the coaches yet. So we'll keep an eye on what he can do. They're going to go for an end of season break, and there you go. We've just beaten Scarborough 1-0 when we probably didn't deserve to. 1.64 XG to 0.4, but I will take it. In terms of the main performers then this season, again, we're more interested in the youngsters to see how they've been getting on. And as you can see, we've got a number of our youth intake in the squad and ready for selection if needs be. John Johnson has stepped up and scored on his debut, which was good for him. He's played 1 appearance since, but 2 appearances, 1 goal and a 7.0. I think he's going to be very, very good for us next season. Maybe we're starting to ease in to replace Jake Cassidy, but that would be foolish to commit to that because Jake Cassidy has been our league top goal scorer twice in a row, which is incredible. And Bright Hassan is another one who's come straight into the first team, playing that centre-back role. A 6.85 after 3 appearances. I think he has got a bright future, excuse the pun, ahead of him. But 6'4", good in the air, can tackle. He does lack a bit of pace, but I think he's going to be okay as well. But I do think all the plaudits do generally have to go to Paul Byrne. 44 appearances overall, 43 in the league, a 6.74 at the back. For someone that had to step in and basically replace Sikora or give us that option to replace Sikora, Paul Byrne has done a great job, and I'm hoping that he can build on it next year. He's gone already up to a 3-star rating, so good rating for the senior team, which is incredible. I think he is the most improved youngster. Yeah, he is, Paul Byrne. You can see he's all the way up there. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, technically our 5th best player at the club. He's up there with Kazim, he's up there with Adam Hoare, so yeah, and then Shane Tarmy has been training well as well, so he'll probably get in a bit more game time next year. But we are definitely getting into that crossover period where a number of our players are getting to the end of their careers. You can see here we've got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players now the wrong side of 30. Nicky Walker really is not cutting the mustard anymore. I mean, we just looked at Paul Byrne, who's 3 stars at 17 years old. This guy, Nicky Walker, is now 2.5 stars. So I think he'll be lacking a bit of game time next year. Jamal Eyeball's in a similar boat, 2 stars now as well. So is he going to be slowly phased out this season? Andy Collette, who moved into central midfield because he doesn't have the pace to play on the wing. He, again, is someone that really a good number of appearances last season. But season 3 could be a season of struggle, but I hope it's a survival season where we actually integrate near enough a full set of young players into the first team. Jake Cassidy will be starting. He's still got that lethal touch in front of goal. He's still an important player with 3.5-star recommendations. And again, no real big injury concerns. He scored 1 less goal, got 2 more assists, 3 more player of the matches, and had a better average rating than last season. So I'm sort of feeling like he is going to be still probably leading the line next year. And then Spencer Harris, who I thought wouldn't get too much game time this year, played 43 times for us with only, I think, 4 of them coming in the league as substitute appearances, a 6.998. He can probably still do it. We've given him another 1-year contract as a squad player to see what he can do. I think he will be quite useful, helping us out, integrating and acting as a mentor for the younger players. But is season 3 going to be the season where we see a full youth academy team already? Anyone with a yellow dot by their name is a youth academy player that's come through since we started the save. Obviously, it's going to be very hard because Trineri is still our best goalkeeper at the club, 4 stars at the moment, star player. He's not, I don't think Victor Havesi's far off. I don't think it's too far away, but it may be 10 outfield youth academy players with Trineri in goal. But even then, that would have to be an injury to Jake Cassidy, probably an injury to George Smith, who's the club captain at left back. So we're getting close to that switchover period, but we're not quite there yet. But what I will say is that I'm absolutely loving this save. Like, it is so much fun. I think the comments have been great. They've kept me very motivated. It's been very helpful when people put hints and tips in there and tell me what you're liking and what you're not liking so much as part of the save. Like, I thought that 2D game would have gone down like a sack of potatoes, but comments on it were like, oh, it's good to see how you're thinking, what you're looking for tactically when you watch it. So yeah, it's been really, really, really enjoyable. Schedule wise, you can see again, end of season, we really do drop off. I think we were safe at this point, so we started bringing in a few more youngsters. So Bright Hassan came in very early on in his career. We're trying to give Karuna a few more games as well. We had Boschel in left back for that one as well. Kings Lynn, who beat us 4-1, like Kitsas came in. Who did we have in this one? Nate Ampadu had a game. Harry Jordan was back in. Boston United, again, Bright Hassan, Job McKenzie, Lewis Salt all came off the bench. So 3 youngsters. Wayne Harper got a start in that one as well. Hemel Hempstead was where John Johnson scored his goal on his debut. So he came in for that one. But again, Job McKenzie, Nate Ampadu. We're trying to integrate the youngsters as we get in. And then the 1-0 win over Scarborough was good, actually. We played a pretty strong team in this one. Changed to a more traditional 3-5-1-2. But yeah, it was good. Hassan started, played really well with a 7.5. We got Smith, a good performance out of Smith. Cassidy and Hoare up front was decent, but coming off the bench was Johnson. Job McKenzie was on there. Karuna came on as well. Ampadu was on the bench. So we are starting to fill out our team as expected with youngsters, which I think is really, really good. And talking about the youngsters then, so our mentor groups are now set up, and we have got a little bit of an issue here. So we'll quickly ask the assistant just to correct them. I'll go through and double check in a minute, but you will see we've got a lot of youngsters are being mentored by different older players, which is good. And I've gone into that. I've looked at it. I will have to check because of the fact I've just asked the assistant. But yeah, it seems to be having an impact. We're getting updates throughout the season to be like, Nate Ampadu has picked up more determination after being part of his mentor group or things like that. So it's it's cool. It's really cool to see it happen. It's really cool to have to focus on these sorts of things as well. What else did I want to show you? Oh, staff-wise, we've had a little bit of a change in staff members. So we've brought in the board allowed us to hire another member of staff. So we've brought in Christoph Bearer purely for his defending abilities to coach, which is awesome. So he sort of complements me as a manager. I'm a bit more of a defensive coach in the game, like tactics management attribute wise. And he's good. He comes with a professional personality. He's been an international. He's capped by Scotland previously. Really high defensive stats. Loves working with youngsters as well. And determination is really good. So Christoph Bearer, I think, is a really good appointment for us. I'm not too sure how long we'll keep him. We've upgraded the goalkeeping coaching with Barry Farr. And believe it or not, 1097 is an upgrade for our goalkeeping coaching. That was 888 before. So Barry Farr has come in as well. John Beale is doing a great job as our assistant manager, and I'm going to be keeping him. In fact, let's get his new contract sorted. Oh my word, he doesn't want to renew his contract. I'm unsure whether it's in my best interest to work for Guiseley, considering they're not exactly playing at a strong level of competition. John, come on, man. We've built something here. Look at these youth players we've got coming through. It's incredible. God damn it. Right, Scott Agnew, surely you want to stay because you're being a very good fitness coach for us, even though that's not your job. But yes, we'll give you a new 1-year contract. Jeff Henderson, I think we're going to look to replace. Doesn't really bring too much to the table in terms of this. I mean, determination's okay. Model citizen is good, but I would actually prefer, I think, someone to be like professional and have better actual stats and attributes that we can use to make our team better. Head of youth development is still Dave Curry. His contract's also expiring. He's fairly professional. He's also the under-18s manager, and I quite like the fact he's doing 2 jobs, so we may keep him in his position, but we'll go through that another day. In terms of contracts that are expiring here, it's mainly youngsters that are going to get new deals when they progress, basically, and a lot of them have just signed the contract from youth contracts to professional or part-time, so they weren't really keen to talk. So I think we'll go through. In fact, we'll use Harry Jordan as maybe not Harry Jordan. Let's use Kitsas as a demo. Okay, yeah. So they're now happy to talk to us. So part-time, £20 a week, 1-year deal. Suggest he wants 35. £30 a week. Suggest he wants 35. Done. Excellent. So Harry Jordan will hopefully now sign a new one as well. Regular starter. You little cheeky git. I'd love to improve the training facilities, mate, but it's out of my hands because the board always say we don't have enough money. So £20 a week, £35 a week. Let's go for that, and we'll get Lucas Hill on a new contract as well, just to keep it going. £35 a week. Yeah, whatever. Done. Right, so that is at least everyone now in our first team will be here till the end of next season. As you can see, the youth players in the under-18s all contracted as well, and as they get a little bit older, so the 17-year-olds can get professional contracts, such as Charles Suleiman, who had a lovely comment on him, jack of all trades, master of none, which I then changed to attempts all trades, master of none, because he's really not very good. But yes, people like Ivan Berry could get a full-time contract if needs be. Paul McGovern could get one as well, but at the moment they're not making the impact into the first team, so no need to take them off their £5 a week wage. But overall, I am very happy with how this has been going. I'm really enjoying the save. We've been diving into the stats, into the tactics. So if there is anything else you want me to show in videos going forward, please do let me know. Please, I always say this at the end, please do like and subscribe and leave a comment for the algorithm to get this out to more people. I think this could be the sort of save once on YouTube that a lot of people then sort of attempt it and follow it. And I don't know if it'll make the best YouTube series because it's so long term, but yeah. Let's see where it goes. I'm really enjoying it. I really like it. It's how I've wanted to play Football Manager for a long time, but it's so tempting when you play Football Manager to just go, I'll buy my way out of trouble and sign all these players. And you just can't do that. You just cannot do that in this save. Obviously, when we come back for the start of season 1, we would have done pre-season. We'll see how some of the youth players have progressed, what changes there have been, if other clubs make bid for our players. It doesn't look likely at the moment, but you never know. And what tactics we're going to be rocking. We did a 3 at the back with wing backs and holding midfielders and wingers, and yeah, we rotated all sorts this season. We slowly moved towards a 4-3-3 as the season progressed, because I think our youngsters more suit that, and obviously that is impacted by our head of youth development and our managers and coaches around what sort of players come through. So yeah, it'll be really interesting. The club did agree there is a way of looking here to say, yeah, here we go, board requests. There you go. If you didn't know you can do this, you can see all of the requests you've had. So they have allowed us to increase our coaches. They rejected a senior affiliate, rejected me going on a coaching course, and then actually arranged it for me. They rejected my attempts of a new contract, but then gave me one off their own back anyway later on in the season. They then gave us 5 coaches for the senior team, which is awesome. And they, most importantly this season, have increased our junior coaching budget, which is absolutely amazing. And it looks like they're now going to be asking us to play high-tempo pressing football, which is not ideal for people that have stamina to around 7, I would say, is our average stamina in our first team. Wow, okay, so that's going to be an interesting one to go with there. So if they're asking for that, I don't think they'll allow us to go professional just yet, because we're still not there. Let's improve our youth recruitment. Do I want a senior affiliate? I think I do want a senior affiliate. We can't ask for more coaches just yet. So let's... What facility? Oh, improve youth level. Yes. Improve youth level. Let's improve our training facilities. There we go. We have all of those things now being requested. So let's progress forward a day or so. Oh, no, I've got to do all of this stuff, haven't I? So we will leave it there. Hopefully we'll come back in the beginning of Season 3, and there will be updates galore around training facilities, youth academies, and, well, what formation we're going to play to have high-tempo pressing football. I really don't want to do a gegenpress in the National League North, so we'll have to figure out how we're going to do that. But thank you so much for watching. Please do leave a like, subscribe. I will catch you at the beginning of Season 3, which I'm very excited about. Let me know where you think we're going to finish in Season 3. Catch you very soon. For now, I'm out. Cheers.